Hello, hello. Welcome back. Thanks for joining. Hello, hello, everyone. I'm hoping that my signal is going to be a little bit more stable than it was on my earlier live stream. I have been on a strategic purchase plan, mainly around my handbags. I vowed that I was not going to buy. Hi, Beverly. I vowed that I was not going to buy anything else from Sephora until the fall VIB sale. But, hi, Mrs. Q. But there were a few things that are new at Sephora that I really wanted to try. There were a couple of items. Hi, D. Blair. Mrs. Q, I'm glad your power is back on. There were a few things that were new that I wanted to try. There were a few things that I needed to re-up on. And then there were a couple of things on the weekly wow, hi Crystal, that caught my attention. And I thought, well, now's a good time. I've already been to church. Usually Sephora at the mall that I normally frequent is jam packed on Sunday afternoons, but for whatever reason today it wasn't elbow to elbow in the store, so I was happy of that. So $280 in a little small bag. So I know everyone has to get ready for work. Some of you may be watching and actually getting ready for work, so I'm gonna move through this quickly. I'm gonna go through my point perks first. They didn't have anything 500 point perk wise that caught my attention, so I passed on those. But they did have 250 and 100 point perks that did catch my attention. And this was a 250 point perk. It is a fresh duo. It is the Sugar Advanced Lip Therapy Lip Treatment and the Vitamin Nectar Moisture Glow Face Cream. I love the Moisture Glow Face Cream because what this little, and I have the full size jar, but for travel, this one is perfect. What this does is it has some of the same properties as the vibrancy boosting mask that I absolutely love and rave about. And what the moisturizer does is actually helps to prolong the effects of the actual mask. So it continues to help your skin brighten, helps with the hyperpigmentation, provides moisture. So I really, really like this. So I thought I'd pick up two of these so that I have both sets for travel. They also had a Korres pomegranate balancing cream gel moisturizer. This is for oily and combination skin. It's a travel size, and I'm not sure if my camera is picking that up. I think my lighting may be a bit off. But this was a 100 point perk. It's a 20 milliliter, so I thought that it would be great for travel. I've not used a Korres moisturizer. I have used their oil before, and I really, 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 really liked it. So I'm gonna give this a try to see how I like it, considering I consider my skin to be pretty normal. Every once in a while, I'll have a little bit of oil in my T-zone that I need to battle. And then I also got two of the fresh Lotus Youth Preserve face creams. This is just a little small moisturizer. I love the Youth Preserve. I have one in my empties right now that I just finished up. So these two will be great for me to restock my travel bag. And last two 100 point perks are from Lancome, and it is their Gentrifinique Advanced Moisturizer. It's the Youth Activating Concentrate. I've had this before and I really liked it, but didn't like it well enough to spring for a full size because I had so many other things in my collection, in my skincare arsenal that I really wanted to try. So I got 2 of those. So that's it for the point perks. I'm gonna pull my receipt out here so that I have prices. And the first thing I want to do is, I have missed out the last couple of times that Too Faced had, or that Sephora had, the melted matte lipstick on sale, because it's been on sale for like $10, and I've missed it. But I really wanted the color Lady Balls, and I had passed on it several times and just decided that it's time for me to take the plunge. So I got it in matte, and let's just see what it looks like. So that I don't look so pale on camera. Let's get a red lippy on there. What do you think? I like the texture. I'm a fan of the Too Faced lippies, and I mean, you can't go wrong with a red. And with one called Lady Balls, I mean, it is not for the faint at heart. So that's the first thing, and I paid full price for it because I missed the sale, so it was $21. The next was a restock. It is the NARS Light Reflecting Setting Powder Impressed. I love this for traveling, as opposed to taking my loose setting powders and things like that with me. And when you see it, it looks really stark, and I'm sure you're thinking that will absolutely never work because it is paper white. But it's crystal, and basically a crystal is clear, right? It'll catch whatever color is around it. So that's what this does. It's perfect as a setting powder. It does not leave a white cast, which is hard to believe once you see it in the pan. But I love it because sometimes, depending on what foundation I wear, I'll get like the creasing in my laugh lines, and this keeps that from happening. It doesn't matter which foundation I'm wearing. If I set it with this, I don't have issues. Again, normal, slight combination skin, but I needed to restock on that. And this was $37. They have it in a loose pot, but again, for travel for me, that just gets too messy. I have plenty of loose setting powders here at the house that I can use when I am at home. But for on the go, or travel, if you need something in a makeup case or something like that, I would absolutely recommend the pressed. Now, so I missed out, and I don't know how, on the Cover FX setting powder, and this is the perfect setting powder in the color Translucent Deep. I like setting powders a lot, especially for this time of year, because I will moisturize and just use a setting powder as opposed to a lot of foundation. It's hot here in Georgia. You get a natural glow from the heat and the sweat. So I don't always need a foundation. I don't always need a thick foundation. I actually prefer a tinted moisturizer or a light coverage, and this will absolutely do it. Just kind of put out, what I'll do is take the Tatcha, the silk canvas, I'll put a little bit of that in my hands, warm it up, press it into my skin so that I get a smooth canvas, and I don't have anything on right now. But then just kind of set the primer with the powder and then go. Something light, something airy, something where you can still kind of see the skin showing through. I tried today from Becca. They have a new foundation, and it's a medium coverage, and it was really, really pretty when the makeup artist applied it on, to do the color match, but it was just a little bit too thick for me. I don't Some people may think that I should wear a lot more makeup, but I think that makeup should accentuate what you already have. And I know that for some people, you need it to conceal and correct and smooth and all of that. Maybe I'm just a little bit conceited. I just don't know that I need all of that. So a light coverage is what I'm looking for. And a setting powder with just a little bit of primer works for me with that. And the top has a little sifter in the top, but it has a cover over it so that you aren't getting powder everywhere. So I really, really like that because it keeps it from getting so messy. So the translucent deep. So this is the same thing from NARS. It's just this is already tinted. So this is going to give you a little bit of color or coverage, whereas this one you'll be able to see whatever you put underneath it. I have done the same thing with my Tatcha, and just to set it, just so that it looks a little more blurred with no color, just bare face, Tatcha primer, and then kind of setting it with this for that blurring effect. But if you put this over foundation, then the foundation will just show through. This one adds a little bit of color. And this one is actually $35, and it is in the color Translucent Deep. So those are the two setting powders. The next thing that I picked up is this little duo from NARS, and it is, let me look for the price on here, it should be $22, and it is a lip kit. This is the Power Matte Lip Pigment, which is what I've worn in the last couple of videos. I really, really, really love their lippy. This stays beautifully all day, whether you're eating or drinking. It doesn't dry my lips out, it doesn't crack. Even if I have maybe skipped a day or two of exfoliating my lips with the sugar scrub, this will still go on smooth. It's not drying. And to get two of them for $22 in gorgeous red colors, I just could not pass that up. So one is a little bit more blue based, and the other is actually a little more orange. It's an orangey red. But because these are like, I think they're $38 each, and to get two for $22, and this little size will go a long way because you don't have to apply a lot to get really good color concentration. I could not miss out on this. They do, if you're not into reds, if you're more into like the nudie browns or kind of pinky browns, they do have another duo set that has more muted, earthy colors to it. So if red's not your thing, then check out the nudes, because these will last you a really long time, and it is an absolutely phenomenal product. I hope that they add some additional colors. I don't know what colors I want them to add because they have a pretty significant color range, but I really like these. All right, the next item is from Kat Von D, and I saw a video this morning before I left to go to church, and it was of the inner liquid eyeliner. So an eyeliner for your waterline. So this one is $20. If you are a lover of Kat Von D, she actually has, I think it's August, September, October, 3 new collections of products that are going to be released over this 90-day window. Or I guess a little earlier if you count her brow products. So brow products, then there's liners, and then there are 2 more collections or product series launches that are common. So I love Trooper. The Trooper eyeliner is one of my absolute favorites. If you struggle with liquid eyeliner, I would absolutely recommend trying Kat Von D because it's not a felt tip, it's a brush, it's a little bit easier application, a little bit easier to get your wing. Really fine tip so you can get really close to your lash line. I can't emphasize that enough. I really like her liner products. So to see that she now has formulated one that is going to be specific to my waterline, and it has to be good for it to work on the waterline because it is prone to moving. What did I do with my mirror? But the demo that I saw this morning, even though I've got on eyeliner now that's moving, it was just a tapping onto the waterline. Oh, wow. If I can keep it out of my eye. The brush is perfect for the waterline. I do think tapping works better than trying to drag or draw. Way different from that little spinny wheel thing that Mac tried to come up with earlier in the year that looked like a pizza cutter for the eyeliner. So I'm gonna work with this a little bit, but it's in Trooper and it's Kat Von D, and I'm liking it. The only thing, and it's not budging. I've just got to be careful not to get it like on my eye when I'm tapping it in. But once you get it on there, it sets like that, which is great because if your eyes have a tendency to water or you tear up when you're trying to, rim your eye, then this may be a winner for you because it is not budging. And I got a little bit in my eye just trying to get the tip, to figure out how the tip works. And it got in my eye and it watered up a little bit, but you cannot tell where my eye got watery because it did not move. So this, just first impression, I think I'm going to really like this. And I'm going to give it a try this week. And if it is as good as it seems to be right now, then I will be adding another couple of these into my cart so that when we get to the VIB sale at the end of the year, I don't miss it. All right, the next are weekly wows, and they are the number 78 domed foundation brush. It is a regular $36, but they were on the weekly wow for $18 each. And let's see if I can get in here. It is a huge, fluffy foundation brush. I don't use a lot of foundation. I don't use a lot of thick foundations. I don't use a lot of thick products at all. But when I do use a liquid foundation, I'm torn between loving a beauty blender, a brush, or just my hand. Stickers on the top. Let's see if I can get this open. Okay, got it out. Okay, so I got two of them, one for travel and one for my vanity at home, or one can always be clean. And there's the number on the top there, number 78. So that's the brush you're looking for if you're interested. And this is what it looks like. So it's really domed, densely packed, thick. It's a full-size brush, so it's not a little travel size or anything like that. And I absolutely love Sephora brushes. Great quality. They can be a little pricey, so the number is there on the barrel, as well as if you're shopping in the store, it would be on the top of the storage case. But that's what it looks like. So I need to wash makeup brushes, and I'm gonna give this one a try. They also had a display set up in the store with different makeup artists, different Sephora makeup artists, directors, and their favorite brushes. And if you've not been in a store to check out that display, I would suggest doing it. David, and I can't think of David's name, but if you're subscribed to the Sephora channel, he's one of the directors. He's often in the videos. There is an angled foundation brush for medium coverage that I actually bought several of back when I was doing the Sunday morning classes with Sephora. But I got it because it was perfect for under the eye for setting a highlight or just a light dusting of powder all over the face. And my phone is charging, otherwise I would tell you exactly the number. But if you go into a store, or even if you're looking online at brushes, I think they have a link on there that shows which brushes the different artists are promoting. And the one that it's an angled foundation brush. It is absolute perfection. Again, it'll pick up as much product or as little product as you want, but it has a very, very soft finish, whether it's under the eye, whether it's a setting powder, whether it's a medium coverage or a light foundation, whether you're using it to apply a tinted moisturizer. Tools make a difference. A lot of times people will think, well, I'm just not good at makeup. I don't wear a lot of makeup. My makeup doesn't look good. You have to think about the tools of your craft. You will not find a plumber or a carpenter or a mechanic using subpar tools if they're really good at their craft. So a lot of it is technique. But if you're using a brush that doesn't have any bristles in it, then it doesn't matter what your tool is like, you're not going to get a good application. So I would say that product is just as important as the tools. And then knowing what you like, knowing what skincare, what colors, knowing the contours and the shapes of your face, those are all things that will help you find products and application that really, really work for you. You can't do what everybody else is doing, especially once you hit a certain age. You shouldn't be highlighting like some of these other YouTubers. That just doesn't work for women of a certain age. At a certain point, less is more. I'm not done. All right. So the next is another new product I got lured in. It was already in my shopping cart, but since I detoured by the store, I decided to go ahead and pick it up. I have no clue right now what eBates is offering from Sephora. I probably should have waited and ordered at home, but I wanted to bring these things home with me. So it is the Becca Skin Love Glow Elixir. And it says that it is Glow Nectar, Brightening Hydra Complexion. And it is just another way. If you're not into like highlighters and all of the extra, but maybe your skin doesn't have a natural luminescence finish, this may be a product that you want to try because it says it is a fountain of glow in a bottle, a super potent glowing boosting serum enriched with Becca's proprietary Glow Nectar Brightening Hydra complexion. It replenishes and restores skin with essential nutrients for a healthier looking glowing complexion. It's got algae in it. It has vitamin E. It has peony extract. It has sodium hyaluronic, tons of stuff. What does it look like? That's what you're curious. It's this little green pot of ooey gooiness. And I tried it in the store. It does, if you don't like silicones, then steer clear. But if a little silicone doesn't bother you, or dimethicone, just from a finish standpoint to really help even out your canvas, if you don't like those products, then this is not for you. But it comes with this little dropper, and the glass is clear, so it actually does have a little bit of a green tint to it. And I'm just gonna drop. And that was just one drop, and it'll dry down here in just a minute. And hopefully on camera, you'll be able to see how much more hydrated the back of this hand looks as opposed to this one. So I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to see how it works under my primer, my foundations, my tinted moisturizer. Application, it says apply on clean skin for an effortless glowing complexion. For drier skin types, follow with a moisturizer. Layer with your favorite Becca foundation for a boost of dew and radiance. So it does have a little bit of a smell, but it's almost like a spa smell, kind of cucumber-ish. It's not strong or anything, and it's probably going to die down a little bit. So I picked that up, and that was $48. And it's $48 for 0.98 fluid ounces. But you don't need a whole lot. We'll see. I'm going to see if I really like it or if it's gimmicky. And if it's gimmicky, it'll go back to Sephora. All right, and the one and only thing that I truly went into Sephora to pick up was the Boscia Cactus Water Moisturizer. This was the one and only thing that I went into the store to get. Talked myself into only getting a sample, and then thought, you know what? I don't know how long this product is going to be available. I don't know if it's going to be limited edition within the Boscia line. So I went ahead and sprung for the full size. Why limited edition? So this product is based off of the Queen of the Night cactus. It is a cactus that rarely blooms, and when it does bloom, it blooms at night. So it goes from a bud or close to full bloom at night. It only stays up for one night, and by dawn the next morning, it closes. So kind of like a hibiscus flower, except if you know anything about a hibiscus, it will open and close, or like a morning glory, it will open and close. But the Queen of the Night, it does that one time, and then that flower, that bud is done. So it says a juicy, ultra hydrating moisturizer infused with Queen of the Night cactus succulent that gives thirsty skin a burst of deep hydration. Peptide complexion leaves skin feeling plump and bouncy while helping to improve the look of fine lines and wrinkles for visibly younger looking skin. I know I've told you before, I have declared war, all out war on the fine lines that are trying to make their way into my forehead, and I'm not having it. So anything that will help keep fine lines away, that will keep my skin hydrated and plump so that I can stall off the aging process, I am all for it. So the Boscia, let me see, it was $38. And here is what it looks like. It comes with a little scoop so that you can either scoop out the product or you can dip your hands in there. And since I've not washed this, I'm not going to stick it in my jar, but it does come with that. This to me kind of reminds me of Tatcha and the scoop so that you get the right amount, but this is a really, really, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's a pretty big scoop. Here's a jar, and comes with a little seal here in the top. It has aloe vera in it as well, which is another, of course, cactus succulent. So that's the consistency that it has. It's kind of like aloe vera. It has a weird consistency to it, and it looks like aloe vera gel. And I'm just gonna, that didn't go the way I thought it would. But it's slick, so it feels like it has some silicone in it as well. And I put on way, I don't, even though I think that's a big scoop, and I probably have as much on my face as what that scoop would have done, I think that's a bit too much. It doesn't have a smell at all, but it feels good. It is for oily to combination skin, I think is what the recommendation was. It's okay for sensitive skin. It's for combo to oily. So I'm gonna see how it does, because I don't consider me to be combo or oily. But it feels good. It feels lightweight. I like the fact that it's absorbed pretty evenly. I like it. If you are drier, then even though it says combo to oily, what I will say is that anything that boosts hydration should be good for dry skin. I don't have dry skin, but I'm assuming if you're dry, you need something for hydration. And what better than something that's going to help your skin hold on, you know, to moisture. I like it. And I'm going to get my scoop cleaned off, go wash my face, and apply it and see how I like it tonight. So that's it. Those were my point perks, my lady balls on my lips from Too Faced, the new tattoo lash liner from Kat Von D, couple of setting powders from Cover FX and from NARS. Got the lippies from NARS, and from a skin health standpoint, the Glow Elixir and the Boja Cactus Water Moisturizer. So, what's going on with the screen? Yeah, it looks like it's going a bit nuts. So, that's actually all I have. Oh, and my brushes. That's all I have. The screen has decided to go nuts here at the end. Um, but thank you so very much. It looks like the screen has decided it is time for us to get ready for next week. So thank you so very much for watching. Hey, if you have not checked out some of the other people in the tribe, I would ask that you do that. Sonja Covington, check out Kimberly Mines, check out Pauline Newman, check out Says What, check out My Pursuit of Happiness, the Military Mom Handbagger, check out Dee Blair, Sharon Newman. There are just bunches and bunches of ladies in the tribe. Don't forget to check out, let's see, Pauline Newman will be live on Saturday morning at 11. Mrs. Q is live on 7:30 Eastern Time or 8 o'clock Eastern on Fridays, and I will be back on Sunday at 6 p.m. with more from my Dooney Walk. Thank you so very much, everyone. Have a great weekend or a great week.